Alright, hello my dear Twilights and fellow hunters, Middlelight's Waffles here. I hope you can hear us and you see any clips I put forward. Potentially if I add a music you can hear that. And I am here with...
Azrael.
Yay, he remembered from last
Hi.
time. Of course it was bare minutes ago, of course he remembers. Notes, come back here. I need to look at you. Okay, Nightmare Frontier lore. I kinda struggled with this one way more than I did Yarhagul, and that's kind of sad, but I couldn't find much information about this area either. I'll give you what I managed to get hold of, though. Some of this is stuff you easily see, but others can be read from item descriptions or heard from other players, etc. You can learn it if you just look around carefully, I guess. That's what I should say. So, to start this off, if you look down from the cliff where you first enter the nightmare, you can see ship masts down below. In any nightmare realm, I think any of them, you can see into the nightmare below you upon looking down. You sadly can't see anything above you by looking up. And it's not really that interesting to see the ship masts, but it's kind of important for later, so keep those things in mind. Your hunter can find some remains of Loran here when they fight Loran Silver Beasts. You will also deal with potentially your first Chime Maiden, who allows you to get invaded, something I effing hate. You want to keep her in mind as you run around. You might want to focus on effing slaughtering her, though. Unless you like PvP. The boss in this area, I have heard, is a false Great One. I never really noticed it before, but he appears to bleed red like us lowly humans. Great Ones have silvery white blood. They don't have crimson blood. So, yes, it looks like he isn't a Great One. He's something else entirely. Do not ask me what he is. I don't bloody well know. Another thing to take note of is if you look in the distance, when you're just getting out of the cave where the lamp is on top of the hill, you can see a large building in the distance. Some people wonder if that's the castle where Mensis is at. I followed this theory for a while until I recalled you can't see up into Nightmare Realms, only down. As I typed this originally, I also wondered if perhaps that was a piece of Loran as well. It was just an idea I gained. My idea is given some support by the Loran Silver Beast here, but I could be blowing smoke, I guess, but wanted to point it out. That's all my written down notes, but some other things of interest is the enemies, like the crawlers and the large crawlers. There's not much to say when you first just look at them, but the large crawlers, when they hiss that poison gas at you, if you look just right, they have messengers stuck underneath their bodies. I'm not kidding. Get your binocular and get close to one of those things as it's spewing crap at you. You're gonna see them. I'm not certain what to make of the giant lost children, but it does look like from some of their design that they've been attacked by the Loran Silver Beast. There's long scars along their bodies in some places. The last enemy I can really take note of is definitely the Winter Lantern. I don't think anybody could miss this enemy. I'm sure I pointed out in the actual walkthrough, but this enemy bears a rather disturbing resemblance to the doll in the dream. And there was something that Azrael here pointed out to me that I definitely wasn't aware of. Would you like to tell them about that thing's head?
So, according to Zuli the Witch's last video, um, they have messenger bodies on their head. So they're essentially a mix of messengers, the brain of Mensis, and the Chime Maidens, or the doll, not Chime Maiden, the doll.
Isn't that
Yep.
lovely?
Disturbing.
I wasn't sure how to take that when he told me, and that was literally tonight when he informed me of it. So I kind of sputtered for a second and just rolled with it.
I love how the crawlers look like Koss.
They kind of do, yeah. I also heard a guy, I don't remember who it was, it could have been Vadi or Jerk Sans Frontiers, I don't remember which person noticed it, but someone thought the large crawlers kind of resembled some parts of the female body. I wish I could remember which of them said that, and I don't know how he noticed it, because I don't see it.
That's because you don't have a dark.
You think I don't have a dark, dirty mind, sir? You should talk to Maria sometime.
Because I'm just watching a video of it attacking, and I'm just like, I see it.
I'd have to look at his video again. I have to figure out which one of them it was. I'm sure I'm just forgetting how he described it. But anyway, yeah, the Winter Lantern is an effing disturbing piece of work. And someone said that it sounds like the singing. It's Murgo's Lullaby. Now, I've actually never hung around this thing long enough to notice that, but it just seems like some random humming to me. I should definitely chill near one of them at some point where it can't hurt me and see if that's correct. I don't know if I have any other lore for this now. Have you got anything?
I don't think so. Because I was looking up just stuff about this place, Nightmare Frontier, and the only thing I think you covered pretty much most everything. Because you have Amygdala. I mean, there's Patches. This is where you first meet Patches.
I kind of did that out of order on my walkthrough on accident.
Yeah, well, this is where you physically meet Patches. I don't really.
Yeah.
I have a distinct, like, in all the Souls games.
He's a jerk, I've heard.
I hate Patches. I see Patches, I kill him. That's my rule of thumb. I don't even do his quests. It's pointless.
I only killed Patches in Bloodborne after I got what I needed from him.
Bloodborne, Dark Souls. It doesn't matter. He needs to die.
Yeah, Patches is a jerk. Heck, he tries to bloody well sacrifice you to Amygdala, for goodness sake, and you could not believe it when you showed up in the lecture hall building.
Yeah, you want to know something also very interesting?
Huh?
He's essentially Miyazaki's personal, like, joke character. And in every single game, he kicks you off of a cliff into a potentially horrible place.
Wow. Now, I actually didn't have that happen because I did Patch's scenes out of order. I killed him before I went to the Nightmare Frontier. So I never got shoved off the cliff.
So, like, in Dark Souls 3, he sends you down an elevator that's supposed to have a giant, but you can make him upset by killing both the giants, and he's like, "Well, where's the giant go?" Or you could just kill him. Which honestly, I'm gonna do that every time I play.
Well, he's a jerk. I can't blame you.
That is, you didn't talk about these guys.
Hmm?
The Yetis for Giant Lost Child.
Oh no, I mentioned them. I wasn't sure what to make of them though. I mean, there's a lot of them in the Nightmare Frontier, but the only thing seriously of note is the claw marks on their bodies, primarily their back. I've noticed. I wondered if that was from the Loran Silver Beasts.
So.
And it does kind of look like tree bark is growing out of their limbs in some spots, but I really wasn't sure what to make of that either.
So apparently they used to be, at least you. From looking at their description, their faces are hideously deformed and they have numerous scars identical to those caused by lashes, implying they were once used as slave labor.
Yeah, I wondered that too, also because of the marks on their backs. But I figured the Loran Silverbeast claws would suit more than a whip, but it depends on the whip, I suppose.
They're just ugly though. But yeah, they've got all this type of stuff just implying that they used to be used for slave labor, and you know they just see you, so they're like, yep.
It does beg the question though, what is the Nightmare Frontier? We have a fake Great One here, and we know he's fake because he bleeds crimson. They don't bleed crimson.
Mm-hmm.
So what's his deal? And where's the host of the nightmare? Every nightmare has a host. Heck, even the Hunter's Dream has its host. Nightmare Frontier just has unanswered questions all around it.
Well, the Frontier,
it could just be looked at as your first experience into a nightmare realm, but that still doesn't tell us everything we need to know. I could be overly curious, but it's just, a nightmare needs a host, and what's the term for the other thing? The host is usually the person. I forget the other. I'll just go with the heart. There's the host and the heart. We could say the fake amygdala is the heart, but what in the actual F would the host be? Patches?
Oh, that would actually make sense.
He's the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
Well, because he considers Amygdala an actual god.
Yeah, and he is the one who gives us the tonsil stone.
But like Amygdala's purposes are to teleport you to different areas. So like,
And
they
or
go to
kill you.
Yeah, but if you have an item from that area, they just teleport you to said area.
Yeah, the tonsil stone for the frontier, and then the blood drunk eye for the hunter's nightmare. Kind of makes me curious about the ones in Yarka Ghul, but those ones are kind of just out to kill you, it looks like.
Yeah, I think they're just everywhere. As
I
a
wonder if they're
teleport.
all fake gods. Or great ones. We can't really slap those ones and see what color they bleed after all.
Thanks, Google. That is not what I meant by Amygdala.
I mean, what if he can clone himself? Maybe that's it?
Well, I thought Amygdala, like the one you meet in Nightmare Frontier, I thought that was like the main one.
If it is, then the
Like the
others are
main-
clones?
Yeah, and then the others are just like, because they're not as big as he is.
That's true.
Like they're his children or something.
And then you have the one clinging to the cathedral in the Cathedral Ward area, and he's just always been chilling there.
Mm-hmm.
If you have 40 insight, you can see him before the blood moon.
I do think that one specifically is the one that's just kind of chilling there. That guy's whole purpose is for the DLC.
Yeah.
Isn't that the one that you get grabbed by and then...
Yes, that's him. Wait, how long was Bloodborne a thing before they considered the DLC? That would just make him a random placement for a long time before they got the DLC going.
Not really, because if they thought about the DLC when they made the game, they would have set up something to start the DLC.
Fair.
It does happen a lot.
Yeah, making a game is not exactly easy. It's very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe that's all we've got for the Nightmare Frontier. There's still a lot of unanswered questions, but I wouldn't know where to look for sad answers. It doesn't seem like that heavily of an important place. I mean, you get a chalice from the Amygdala when you kill it, but aside from that...
Did you know they're the most revered of all the Great Ones?
Interesting, considering it's a false Great One.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, this is the Organizations of Yharnam we're talking about.
This has to do with the fact that there's statues everywhere, and they don't have statues of a lot of other
Do you think
Great
he's
Ones.
potentially a Left Behind Great One?
He could be.
Kind of like Abriatus.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe he's just angry.
Maybe.
Because he does just shoot lasers.
He's firing his laser.
Fire the laser.
Yeah. So, Twilight and Full Hunters, I'm not sure we have much more to add to that, other than just more contemplation, which, honestly, he and I could be stuck here doing that for a while if we started any further.
Alright.
And that might not be a good thing. So, that being the case, I'm going to end off the video now. I thank everyone who came in to watch. If you'd like to support my YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, and share it. If you want to support my Twitch channel, which is linked, please follow and share it. If you'd like to join my Discord, which is available to join, you can know when I'm uploading to YouTube or streaming to Twitch and a variety of other things. But above all, I hope you enjoyed this and that it was useful and entertaining, because I'm pretty sure we've had fun with it. We will see you in the next lore video. Bye!
Bye.